G'day everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at one of my favorite battleships, the French Tier 10 reward ship, the Bourgogne. So, the Bourgogne is in essence an up-tiered and slightly buffed Alsace. For anyone who played the Alsace in its initial iteration, the ship was quite powerful, and Wargaming nerfed both its Sigma and reload time just a few months after its release. So the Bourgogne does not have this nerf, so it began at 30-second reload, but its actual reload is 28 seconds, so it was slightly buffed even compared to the original Alsace. It's got 32 plates everywhere. The belt armor is quite thick, so you're not that vulnerable to BB fire unless it's really close. The only things that can cause real good damage to you are Yamato and Musashi rounds that overmatch almost every part of your ship, and HE spam. Other than that, a low hit point total will also keep you back when it comes to tanking. Now, why should a Tier 9 hull work so well in Tier 10? The answer is main battery reload booster. Bourgogne has 12 guns and reload booster. If you have the main battery 3 upgrades in your last slot, your reload is already at like 24.5 or 25 seconds. In essence, over the space of about 20 or 22 seconds, you can pump out 3 full salvos, so you cheat in an extra salvo in a very short amount of time. My build here is just a classic French, or any BB build really, the classic tank build, and I do have Jean-Jacques Honoré on this ship, helping even more with the adrenaline rush buff. So here I'm going towards the east, is that east? And with a Bourgogne, I tend to like to move up fairly early. You see I immediately hit my engine boost. And, well, if I meet something, I'm hoping the DD is not here. I can put a severe hurting on him and still kite away quite effectively. So here's our first customer, a Conqueror. At that angle, we just start with HE. Now here I see the Tsar just a few seconds too late, so it's too late to shoot at him. Now remain focused on this Conqueror. Now Bourgogne's HE is quite impressive. Well, there goes a Des Moines. I think he was trying to turn away, always a bad idea in a Des Moines. And I just start pumping this Conqueror full of HE. Bourgogne's HE does pretty good damage and has a pretty good fight chance, and when you combine that with 12 guns and such a good rate of fire, it's a very good HE spammer slash fire starter. Yeah, our Conqueror is on fire, just squeezing one more shot, and I think I will hit, yes, the reload booster, going for AP. These days Conqueror has a large citadel, and we'll see if we can punish him during his turn. So I like to think I aim quite well, perhaps just a little high. And in it goes, but no citadels. So as AP is still loaded, I'm not going to switch ammo to take advantage of the rebooster. I'm just going to shoot again. You can see I'm shooting higher. We don't want to shoot at that angled belt. And in go the rounds, some damage, and he's still on fire, and it's back to HE. Now we did take B cap, and there's a bit of a standoff both at A and C. Conqueror hits us a couple of times. A double fire is worth a repair party, and I keep on shooting at him. Now it's important to remember on this map not to neglect A cap. A DD can squeeze in either side, and especially if it's a fast DD on the outer side or also on the inner side. It's a bit difficult, but it has to be done. You have to at least attempt to deny it to the enemy, as our team is doing so far. Oops, we lost another ship. I'm going to switch my attention to this Stalingrad after having done considerable damage to that Conqueror. Now, as you can see, Bourgogne shoots very well on the retreat, so you usually want to place yourself on your weaker flank and kite away. Her rearward firing angles are quite good. Not as good as Alsace's, but almost as good. Now, no fires on this Stalin. We'll continue shooting at him. Now, he went lack, and I see here I did not have time to take the shot, but generally you should take the shot even if they disappear. The lock holds on for just a couple more moments. Oh, the enemy Bourgogne had some fun. Now see here, it's just myself and the Salem versus several enemy ships. The Conqueror is around. The Yamato, I believe, is pushing. The Stalingrad is here. The Zhao is lurking. So I'm definitely going to slowly retreat and kite away, shooting all the time. Oh, and a Montana. So a nice shot, firing HE all the time. We'll get some damage. You see, this HE damage is just consistent. Oh, and a Smolensk. So with your rate of fire, you can just get consistent damage. If someone gives you a broadside, or you can smell a broadside coming, by all means, switch to AP. It is very strong AP, the French 15mm, 15-inch guns. You can Citadel and Montana full range if he's giving you a flat broadside. They have a lot of penetration. But also the HE is very good, so you can mix and match to your heart's delight. I am running Expert Loader to take advantage of a quick switch if necessary. And they can get even faster with Reload Booster. So we have HE loaded, so I'm going to take a HE shot on this Zhao. But it seems first I'm going to shoot at the Montana as the Zhao has disappeared. It looks good, and a double fire. Now notice my damage doesn't increase, so he immediately repaired that, so that's something I will remember, that he's just repaired. When you're fire spamming like this, it's very important to pay close attention to who has repaired and who hasn't. Now if I hit that Montana again, I'll wisely go for Zhao first. If he gives us a shot, I think he can't go further forward, so we just squeeze off a shot back to HE now to punish that Montana. It's important to pay attention to who has repaired and who hasn't. In that way you can maximize your fire damage. You squeeze off 12 rounds. Now you can see the dispersion is not awesome, but it's not bad either. The main advantage is that you have a lot of guns. 12 guns is a decent broadside, and they reload quite quickly. So you just shoot, and you get damage. If you find an opportunity, you can just switch to, you can use the main battery reload booster and punish, get extra salvo. Now that Zhao, I'm not quite sure what he wants to do. I think he's just sitting there, so we'll take a shot at him. The other disadvantage of Bourgogne is the small size, the small caliber of the main gun, so you cannot penetrate every cruiser within your matchmaking spread. Some notable cruisers such as Des Moines and Hindenburg can't be overmatched. Neither their nose nor their upper structure, so you need to catch their broadside. While other cruisers like Zhao or Worcester or the British cruisers certainly do suffer from your AP. So it pays off to have a look at the enemy roster and know what you can and can't do with your AP, and switch shots accordingly. Stalingrad took a nice shot. Let's see if I can finish him off. Now they're pushing hard on that Salem. There's not much he could have done. Perhaps he could have kited like me, but open water Salem is not going to last long. So he's just doing a bit of a forlorn hope there. But he's caused some damage, so I won't say it was. I won't say he didn't do well. Another shot on that Stalin. He's almost down. Somebody hit our Salem hard, and yes, the Salem can finish him before our shots land. Now here we've hit the board edge, so I'm going to continue kiting. on A-B line. Bourgogne is very fast, so you kite quite effectively. If you don't want the enemy to close the range, well, they won't be able to close the range on you. Gone silent here, that's good. And there is the enemy Montana. Take another shot at him, and this enemy Yamato is dangerously close. But he's not shooting at us, he's shooting at our Thunderer, so we'll focus on him for the time being, just free damage. Actually deal quite good damage with our HE. Just pop the reload booster, because he's just a sitting duck. Start pumping him full of HE. First salvo no fly, and see just how quick we've reloaded. Take another shot at him. It looks good, 4,000 damage. See that consistent 4, 5, 6,000 damage plus fires with HE on such a quick reload really can do the damage. He was at full life when we started working on him. Firing again. And our Thunder is gone, so that sadly means we're going to be the next target. Now at this range you really don't want to be shot by a Yamato in Bourgogne. Pretty much no matter where he hits you, he's going to get those juicy penetrations. But we'll just dance around as much as we can, and we're just going to effectively trade life. It's highly unlikely he can citadel us if we angle a little, but he will get penetrations. So what was that? That was just 9k. 9k I think is 2 Yamato penetrations. So considerable damage with just 2 shells. We hit him again. I think our fire RNG has abandoned us. That was, I think, 10, 12 hits with no fire. But we'll keep at it. Our CV just dropped him. Just as he fires, we turn away just to reduce the amount of shells that hit us. And again, it's another 11k. I think he used his repair party, so hopefully we can get a fire to stick. Already at 150,000 damage, and we still have another 8 minutes ahead of us. And plenty of pretty healthy BBs. I take another shot at him. This time we get a double fire. He slams us for another 10k. There's nothing really we can do to circumvent Yamato damage. Just have to take it on the chin, use your repairs. Yamato's guns are quite consistent, and even if you angle or try to reduce your target by giving him your bow or stern, especially if he's running the unique upgrade, his dispersion is quite tight. Now here with broadside he hit us for another 12k, but he's slowly going down. Our double fires are taking their toll. He should be dead here. I switch to the Conqueror, and yes, the Yamato is down, and we start shooting at the Conqueror. The Conqueror, I think this was the same Conqueror we shot in the first minutes of the game. He's back for some more fire damage. Now, Conqueror has a considerable heal. It's been buffed in return for getting a waterline citadel and not an invisible citadel like it used to have, which I think is a fair trade, and I actually think it makes it better in the hands of a good player who knows what he's doing. I certainly love playing the Conqueror. I might do a video about it over the next few days. Let's see, I think he repaired his fire. We keep on spamming that HE. You can see how consistent the damage is. Every salvo gets some good damage. I think we are slowly losing the battle. We have a Minotaur and a Yama left, and just a CV. We're one cap behind, and ooh, the gearing. Got our Yamato. That doesn't bode well. While we keep spamming the Conqueror. Here we go, yet another 7,000 damage. It's going to be quite close because he can also deal pretty good damage to us, but we're a bit more maneuverable than a Conqueror. See, I dodged that one completely. And his shells are slower and a bit easier to dodge. He can't really dodge our rounds. And we can, as I said before, completely control the engagement range. So he's on fire once again. Should be almost done. At almost 230,000 damage. Our Minotaur is heading for the mid-cap. I hope he can do something there, because we've got our hands full at the moment with this Conqueror. Gives us high caliber, Witherer, and yet another fire. Oh, this guy's been burnt quite a bit this game. We're out of heals. See me checking the teams there. I'm a little bit apprehensive. And more fires. Burn, burn, burn. Wow. All the fires are off. He's down to, oh my god, 600 life. Now, I'm going to say I was a bit greedy here and fired off at that Smolensk. Perhaps if that Conqueror heals, we can get even more damage out of him. Let's see. I get one hit on the Smolensk. He's almost dead. I don't know how he got the Minotaur. And at this stage I realise that we're losing, and I'll squeeze off just one more round at that Smolensk. You never know, we might get him. Conqueror still hasn't healed, so soon I'm going to have to shoot back at him. I insta-repair because we're out of heals, out of options here. No hits on the Smolensk sadly, so I'm going to finish off that Conqueror. Fire off a good salvo. I pop the booster because, well, I don't think I'm going to live very much longer, just to make sure he dies. And there he goes, giving us the Arsonist achievement. It's quite a bit of fire damage. One more round off at the Smolensk, and I think these torpedoes are going to be the end of us. I turn as hard as I can, but with no life and no repair, I go down. So actually we're down to just the CV. The Smolensk is in B, the enemy CV is in A. Oh, imagine if we could get to him. No, it's the gearing. So actually it's 3 enemy ships left. So I think that was a pretty good showcase of what Bourgogne can do. I'll do another video in the future showing how good its AP can be. Here we didn't have any good opportunities, just angled BBs. You can see we had a very respectable damage count. High caliber Arsonist Witherer, very good damage. But we seem to have lost the DD battle, can I say? I don't know. It was a very close battle, though. I won't say it was a roll, a complete walkthrough for the enemy team, because we get many of those these days. So let's see how Goodier is trying to get away. And yes, I think this one is a wrap. So Bourgogne, lovely BB. You just need to kite. Don't be afraid of using the HE, don't be afraid of using the AP. Everything works well on that ship. Even the secondaries are respectable, though definitely not your main damage dealing weapons. So, thank you for watching everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.